What is going on today? I'm playing Tetris Attack for the Super NES. This game is awesome. It's one of the best puzzle games on the Super NES, or any system for that matter. And cool thing about this game is you can get it on the Wii Virtual Console. So check this one out. Let's see. I'm going to try to beat the game, like the single player campaign, if you will. I'm also sick currently, so this is about as much voice as I've had today. Clear all stages one by one. Okay, this is the single player campaign, I believe. I guess endless is the one we want. And this must be the difficulty. Okay. We're just going to leave the difficulty on whatever the basic level is. Character select. We're going to go with Yoshi, the standard default character. So my objective here is basically just to show off this game because it's freaking fantastic. What I was going to say before is that I haven't played this game in I don't even know how many years. So hopefully I'm still, any good at it. Now, as you can see, the objective of this game is to line up 3 or more of the same, excuse me, type of blocks. And it's vaguely similar to Tetris. I mean, obviously it's called Tetris Attack. The thing is, though, in this game, the blocks are moving upwards instead of downwards. So you've got a slightly different mechanic to work with here. It's pretty interesting stuff. Now, right here, I'm going to line up 4 blocks. Boom, look at that. 4 blocks. Create a chain reaction right here. See, sometimes it pays to delay a little bit on your actions, to wait and see if a better option pops up. Move this one to, let's see, yeah, this one to here, this one to here, this one to here. And yeah, just getting back into the swing of things. You can also line blocks up horizontally, which is very useful in a situation like this one. Yeah, maybe easy mode was a little too easy to start on for this one. But as I recall, and it has been a while, but as I recall, the game gets considerably trickier as you advance through the stages. So it won't be this easy for long. Question is, how does one win at Tetris Attack? Because you can't clear all the blocks, because you're continuously getting more blocks. So if you can't clear the blocks, how are you supposed to win? That is the question. Oh, look at that! The speed level actually goes up as you clear blocks. So we're up to speed level 5 now. We started at 1, I believe. Just an interesting thing to note. So yeah, this game is frickin' fantastic, and I grew up playing it, quite frankly. Okay, I just realized something. I'm playing on the wrong mode. I'm definitely playing on the wrong mode because this level should have ended by now. So we don't want to play endless. We want to play stage clear. Yeah. I thought that was the story mode. Cool. Eliminate everything above the clear line. Got it. So yeah, this is the story campaign. We're on stage 1-1, so it's not just going to play endlessly now. It's cool though. I got the hang of the game a minute ago, and kind of know what I'm doing now. So yeah, this is a game that I grew up with. It brings back a lot of memories from like 1997, 1996, that area. I believe the game came out in 1995. Thing was, when I was a kid, I didn't really play a whole lot of puzzle games. I was mostly into RPGs, Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Mega Man, lots and lots of Mega Man. So for me, puzzle games were just never really on the agenda, I guess you could say. Hold on. Let me see if there's a better way I can do this. No, not really. It's okay. Oh, almost got that star block over there. tilt this microphone over here. There we go. Hopefully this thing's recording. Is it recording? Yeah, it's recording. Cool. So, yeah, puzzle games were just never really on the agenda for me. And, hold on, getting another 5 in a row here. Boom. Got it. Oh, and we're very close to clearing this level. Let's go for the kill here. And we are almost done. See, once the clear line appears, that means you're good. All you have to do at that point, just finish it off, you know? But yeah, I regret that I didn't get more into puzzle games when I was a kid, because puzzle games really are my forte in a lot of ways. It's just something I had no idea of. Because I look at puzzle games and I'd be like, what? There's no story. There's no villain. You know, I mean, I'm a huge villain enthusiast. I'm a huge boss enthusiast. I mean, hence the YouTube name. I just really like I really like games that have compelling villains and bosses. You know, maybe that's why I like Mega Man so much, because the Mega Man games, they live and die on their boss lineup. And the lack of villains and bosses in these puzzle games, I think it just lacked appeal to me on the surface, so I never really gave them much of a chance growing up. And it's regrettable, because when I got a little older, like in the mid-2000s or so, I started checking out a lot of these puzzle games that I missed, like Tetris, like the original Tetris. I didn't really play the original Tetris much at all until the mid-2000s, because all of a sudden it was like, hey, wait a minute, this is actually a really fun game, and I should give it a chance. So yeah, once I started playing puzzle games in the mid-2000s, I really discovered that they are kind of my forte. It's like they give your brain a little bit of a workout. And well, I'm going to do something really cool here. And it's like, oh, I jumped the gun. Damn it! I could have gotten another green. I could have gotten that green block right there if I had just waited a second. Oh well, screwed that up. Anyway, it was still an impressive maneuver though, so whatever. I need to set this up. 3 diamonds, yes please. We're gonna have this cleared out post-haste. But yeah, I love puzzle games now. And this is a puzzle game that, despite not being into puzzle games, I was always able to get into this one. It's just such a fun game. And the fact that it has Mario characters just really adds so much to it. And I think this game proves that you can add Mario characters to basically any genre of game and make it instantly appealing. You know what I mean? I mean, you see this in recent years with stuff like Mario, what is it, Mario Soccer? Mario Strikers or whatnot. And it's like someone like me would probably never play a soccer video game. It's just not like, I'm just not a soccer fan. You know, nothing against soccer. It's not my thing. But you put Mario in a soccer game or Mega Man in a soccer game, and all of a sudden I'm like, hey, I want to play that soccer game. All right, here we go. Move this one in. Yeah, got it. Caught it on the way down. Very cool. See how much fun this game is? It's pure fun, this one. And it's also challenging for the brain. I mean, not so much at this speed. I should have cranked the speed up, honestly, because this is way too slow. I just wanted to give myself a chance to get back into the swing of things. You know, I was afraid that I might not be very good at it after, you know, not playing it for so long. So I was like, okay, I'm going to turn down the speed. You know, that turned out to be a mistake. Oh well. I want to tell a little story about the first time I played this game. It was I remember now, it was in 1997, summer 1997 as a matter of fact. I played a lot of games in summer 1997. I played Doom for the first time, Earthbound for the first time, Mortal Kombat 2 for the first time. Actually, no, I think it was the second time. Anyway, because I played it when it came out for sure. There's no way I missed Mortal Kombat 2 when it came out. But I think I finally beat the game in like summer 1997 because Kintaro, just really nasty fellow. Yeah, he kind of had my number for a long time. But yeah, summer 1997, played a bunch of games. Most of them were a couple years old at that point. You could say I was a little behind on my games. Maybe the first instance of me having any kind of a backup of games, which has happened again in recent years when we just had so many quality games coming out that I just can't keep up with them. But yeah, summer 1997, played Tetris Attack for the first time. And it was right around when I got into Dragon Ball Z. And I'm a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z. And I mean, Dragon Ball Z is something that I definitely grew up with. And I think the same is true for a lot of my generation. But regardless, I kind of associate this game with Dragon Ball Z, for better or worse. This game, it reminds me of, well, we have a lot of stages to go. This is going to be a long video. Now we're going to fight Lakitu. Mr. Time will appear. Okay, great. Keep practicing and be persistent. This is true for pretty much all things in life. Now, back in 1997, we didn't have a whole lot of Dragon Ball Z in the United States back then. It wasn't like it is now where you can watch the whole series. I mean, I had friends who had seen Japanese episodes they'd seen the whole series at that point because the series was basically over in Japan. And they would tell me about stuff that happened later in the series and be like, oh, there's this guy named Cell and he has, the powers of a bunch of different characters. And generally the information that I got was pretty vague, but it was still cool to know that there was a lot of stuff to come. The problem was that the English localization of Dragon Ball Z progressed at an incredibly slow rate. So what would happen was you would have these reruns where they'd show a couple episodes, like literally 5 new episodes, and then they'd start the series over again. And they would just do this over and over and over again. And it was so frustrating for me because I was ready to see some new stuff. I was so into the show, and any other show, like any other show ever. Excuse me. Any other show ever, I would have been like, I'm not watching this anymore. You show a couple new episodes and then start at the beginning of the show again. I mean, come on. Imagine if what have I been watching these days? I'm trying to think of something that would be a good example. Imagine if something like 24. I haven't watched 24 in a while because there hasn't been any 24 except for the new version, but that's beside the point. Imagine if 24 with Kiefer Sutherland in the mid-2000s. Imagine if they had shown like 4 episodes or 8 episodes or something like that. Or even 12 episodes. Maybe they get to the halfway point of the season. And instead of continuing with the story at that point, where you're just like dying to know what happens, they show reruns. They just repeat those 12 episodes for another few months, and then they get up to where they left off, and it's like you tune in and you're so excited because they've gotten back to where they left off. You want to know what happens next. You're just like dying to know. So you tune in, and then they show the first episode again. After all that waiting, all that hype, where you're just like, man, I can't wait. Instead, you get the first episode again, and then they show the first 12 episodes again, twice in a row. And you're sitting there, and you're like, oh my god. You start to lose your mind a little bit. It's just like, well, not literally, but, I mean, it just gets so frustrating. And I don't think I would have put up with that from very many shows. Even 24. I mean, I was really into 24. But even 24, I would have been like, okay, I'm getting kind of sick of this. And I probably would have stopped tuning in, quite frankly. But for whatever reason, Dragon Ball Z, I kept tuning in. I kept tuning in and I kept watching reruns month after month of those early episodes. Now, what that did was it caused the early parts of Dragon Ball Z to become completely ingrained in my brain. I remember like every detail of the Saiyan saga. For those of you who have seen Dragon Ball Z, the Saiyan saga, or for those of you who have not seen Dragon Ball Z, the Saiyan saga is the first saga of Dragon Ball Z. The first series of episodes. That's the series of episodes where the Saiyans come to Earth and the good guys have to fight them. You've got Vegeta making his debut. You've got Nappa. Nappa pretty much murders half the cast. Then Goku shows up to save everybody. You got Vegeta fighting Goku for the first time, and of course they're foes for like the entire series. Well, that's incorrect. They're rivals for the entire series. They're definitely not foes. Problem is, well, it's not really a problem, but out of necessity, they have to team up to defeat more powerful foes. So it's like you got Vegeta, you got Goku, then you've got... Hold on. I'm getting a little bit close to the top here. It's making me nervous. Plus I could just win this at any time. There we go. One, boom, battle over. So you've got like increasingly powerful bad guys showing up. And then you've got Goku and Vegeta, the rivals at the center of the series, teaming up against increasingly dangerous opposition. And that's pretty much Dragon Ball Z in a nutshell. And then at some point, Goku and Vegeta pretty much abandon all pretense of being enemies, and they become allies. Vegeta starts to like being on Earth. You know, a lot happens over the course of the show. Okay, now the game is becoming a little bit challenging. Now there's suddenly a lot going on. I'm gonna have to concentrate a little more instead of rambling about Dragon Ball Z. But in any case, those early episodes, I saw them so many times because of all the reruns that they became completely ingrained in my brain. And I can pretty much recite them to this day. I can pretty much recite the scripts of those early episodes, which is kind of funny when I think about it, because there are things that I watched this year. There are things I watched last week that I definitely could not recite the scripts of. There are things that I watched last week that I really liked that I most certainly couldn't recite the scripts of. Either way, this game and Dragon Ball Z, they go hand in hand for me in a lot of ways. These hearts make me think of cherries. They actually make me a little bit hungry when I look at them. It's like little red cherries. I think this might be a good time to note that I really, really like the soundtrack in this game. I think some of the tracks in this game are actually flat out amazing. Like the track that plays when you fight Raphael the Raven it's so atmospheric, which is actually an unintentional pun because you fight him in the upper atmosphere. But yeah, incredible music for that battle. And speaking of battle, I don't understand really how these are battles. I think the idea here is that the opposition, whoever your opponent is, which in this case is Poochie on the left there, who is now a famous character with his own game. But Poochie over there is, I guess, giving you blocks, or he's the one that's making the blocks appear. So it's like you're fighting off his onslaught of blockage, I guess. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, for whatever reason, or however it's taking place, you're fighting whoever that is on the left. You're doing battle with them. And the battleground is blocks. Yeah. All right. 3-1, beaten. We're moving along at a better pace now because the game is significantly sped up. We're up to speed level 17 now. Now I'm glad that I didn't raise the speed at the beginning of the game, because by now it would probably be a little bit too fast for me, given that I'm out of practice and everything. But yeah, great soundtrack in this game. The early levels tend to have really peaceful, kind of wistful music to them. I think wistful is the word I'm looking for. Wow. This game is fun. I just want to say, like, I'm having a lot of fun right now. I don't think I've had this much fun playing a game in a while, actually. And I play a lot of games, especially lately. I've got quite a bit of free time right now. So I've been kind of beating a lot of games that are, I guess you could call it a backlog of sorts. I don't know if I really have a backlog, though. I just have, like, you know, things I want to get to that I haven't yet. I guess that is a backlog by all accounts. But it's like I don't have to get to them. And it's like I can choose which ones I want to get to. There are definitely some games that were on my list that aren't anymore, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm good on that one. So yeah. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of games lately, and I have to say, this is the most fun game that I played probably in 2017. It's so simple, and it's just, I don't know, it's happy. It's like a fun, simple, happy game. Oh, shoot. At least it's usually happy. Right now it just got intense. Hold on. Oh, come on. Ugh, so close. Oh no! I'm about to suffer my first loss. Damn it. Why are we so close to the top of the screen? This is ridiculous. Wow, things just got very intense very fast. Ah! What the shit? Whew, I think we got it under control. Man, as soon as I start talking about how fun and relaxing the game is, boom! I get slammed. Almost got it. Almost got it. Uh-oh. Boom! Got it. That was the closest I've been. Wait, no, don't have it yet. Now we've got it. That was the closest I've been to a loss so far. But yeah, this game is fantastic. Not only is it fun, it makes you think. It really makes you use your noggin, you know? And I appreciate that. This is the kind of game that if I had kids, I would want them to play. Like little kids, you know? I'd want them to play games like this that make them use their cerebellum a little bit. Think of all the things that this game teaches to its players. Uh-oh, hold on. This sucks. Oops, that was a mistake. Didn't mean to do that. So yeah, we got problem solving, we got math, we got puzzle solving, spatial awareness, teaches shapes, it teaches colors. I mean, there's a lot to learn here. And it's so much fun that it's like you want to get good at it. It's not, you don't feel like, oh, I have to get good at this game so I can beat it. It's like you want to get good at this game. Like, beating it is actually pretty secondary. It's like you want to get good at it just because it's so much fun. You want to just keep playing it, you know? So yeah, this is definitely a game that I would want my kids to play. And that's it for Poochie. Wait a minute, the monkey looks like he's happy. So are these guys my enemies or what? Okay, we're up to... I am Bowser, King of the Koopas. Wait, what? Wait, why am I fighting Bowser now? I don't remember this. I thought you fought Bowser like at the end of the game. Wait, special state. Wait, what? Hold the phone. What is this? What the What? What is this? Speed level 45. What was that? Special stage? Where's it going? Okay, I do not remember that from when I used to play this game. I am Froggy. You must be better. Oh, okay, that was just like I guess that was just like an advanced fight with Bowser, just to show you like what you have to look forward to. That this guy is going to be really tough. It's like when you fight Vile at the beginning of Mega Man X. Oh, check this out. We have a new block type. I don't remember that either. I don't remember there being new block types as you progress. I got a little bit of a problem here. Shoot. Wow, that was close. That was really close. Let's not let that happen again. Now, this Froggy guy, I think he's from Yoshi's Island. And I think a bunch of the enemies in this game are from Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island being the latest Mario game at the time that this game came out. Alright, so at this point, you have to be... At this point in the game, you have to be very on top of things as they happen. You can't wait for the game to feed you the blocks you want. You have to just go for it. Okay. One more down here. And that was me waiting for the game to feed me blocks I want, which is what I just said not to do. But it's okay if you're getting 5 in a row. At that point, yeah, it's all good. Man, I hate the way it starts you so close to the top. That's very Dr. Mario-ish right there. Dr. Mario gameplay. Giving you, like, no room to maneuver. Oy vey. Jeez, how am I... What? Sorry, I'm just really focused on getting the... getting these blocks under control here, because this is, yeah, things have gotten pretty intense over here. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Look at this. They might as well just start the blocks at the very top of the screen. I am Gargantua Block. Using combos and using chains. Clear 4. That's what I've been trying to do. I try to clear 5 if I can. Wait, if you're on my side, why are you fighting me? Oh, you know why? He's fighting me so that I can get better. It's the Dragon Ball Z principle. This is how you learned back in the day with video games. You wouldn't hop into a tutorial and have everything explained to you. You wouldn't start the first level and have the game be like, press B to move a block. Or in this case, A. You know, it wouldn't be like that. You would just dive in, play the damn game, and as you went... I lost this one. As you go, you learn what to do and what not to do. You learn what each button does. You learn which moves are effective. And, you know, if you're really having trouble, there is a tutorial that you can hop into to get some pointers and learn how the game works. You know, there's nothing wrong with tutorials. The thing is, the tutorial is optional. You can opt out of it. And which is what I did in this particular case, because I figured I could just learn as I went. Or relearn, because I kind of remember how to play. And I like that. I like that the tutorial is optional. It's not forced upon you. Alright. That does it for this episode.